I don't know any comic creator who is not part of any community at all. I mean, you should be living in some stone age.
Underground bunker with no
Underground,
keys.
underground bunker.
I wish even the aliens could publish. They always done only in the US. So I don't know. Maybe
I think I'm selling my market here very well.
yeah.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Zebra Comics podcast. Today, we'll be discussing something very, very interesting, something that has to do with creators. If you're a creator of comics, webcomics, webtoons, this edition is for you. So here today, I have Dr. Ejob Gaius, who is our Chief Operations Officer, and my humble self, Franklin Agogo, who is going to be our host for today. So, without wasting any much of your time, we have this very, very important topic which we want to reveal, something we've been cooking for some time.
Yeah.
So, we're going to put it out there to you guys today. So, if you're a creator of comics, you're a creator of webtoons, you're a creator of web comics in general, we have a special part of the Zebra Comics platform reserved for you. What does that mean? That means that from any time from now, you're going to be able to post your content, you're able to monetize your content, and of course, get thousands and millions of people across the world to be able to read and enjoy your content. But before we get into the nitty-gritties of what all this is all about, I'd just like you to say something about this platform. What inspired this decision from the get-go? We all know that Zebra Comics is a platform that was run by an in-house team
Yeah.
of creators that were working on content, which is pretty much owned by Zebra Comics. But with some time, people, and I think over time people have been asking, if they could publish with us, and stuff like that. So many people,
So many.
and we've got so many of those questions coming back. But I don't want to spill. I don't want to say what you have to say. Maybe you tell us a little bit what inspired this decision actually.
I think right from the start we knew that we were going to get to this point.
Yeah.
At along the way, along our journey,
Mm-hmm.
but we never thought it would come this early. Not really this early, but we never thought it would come at this time.
At this time, yeah.
Yeah, we thought we still had a lot to learn, but surprisingly, we did learn a lot faster than we envisioned.
The vision.
Yeah, we got a lot of information from the market, from the users, from the readers, and from other people who are also actors in the industry.
Okay.
So with all the information that we got, we say, okay, now we don't have to wait any longer. Now is the time.
Yeah.
Now add that to the fact that we have been receiving hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of mail from people. How can we publish on Zebra Comics?
Exactly.
How can we get our comics on Zebra Comics?
Mhm.
What is the procedure? So we've been working in the background to make sure this becomes a reality, this becomes a possibility.
Yeah.
Now, coming back, one of the things that we're trying to achieve on the platform is to give the creators in Africa and across the world a platform where they can show their work to a very wide audience.
Mm-hmm.
We've had this problem, especially in Africa, where we've been trying to use other platforms, but sometimes our content tends to get lost under the mix.
Exactly. No, I know about that very well.
Tends to get
Anyway.
lost in the whole pie.
Yeah.
Because it looks different.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's done differently. It looks
Exactly.
different. So it's not what the rest of the world is used to.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they don't understand what the message or the story that we're trying to put across because of how different it looks.
Yeah.
So the first thing now is that with what we had achieved so far, through the content that we produce, we learned a lot, and now we say, okay, with what we've learned, we're going to use this information to bring in these other creators so that they have a place where their content can actually shine.
Shine, exactly.
Because we've seen what even readers out of Africa are gearing towards on our platform.
Yeah.
So we know the kind of things that work.
Mm.
We know the kind of African stories that work, both in Africa and out of Africa.
Africa, yeah.
So now with that knowledge, we are bringing in these creators in. We're going to teach them how they need to prepare their content so that it has a wide audience. But that's just the first part.
Exactly.
That was just the first part. The second part is the more interesting. I'm sure we're going to get to.
Of course, we'll get to that. No need to rush to telling the guys the interesting part of this discussion. But I do agree with you when you talk about the fact that when we publish our content out there on other popular platforms, they kind of just go under the radar very quickly. They get lost in this sea of content, which brings about the raison d'être or the argument that we do need a space where we African creators can actually express ourselves. We can actually publish our content, and make possible a place where the world can say, okay, I'm looking for original, authentic, exciting, interesting African content, and they have a portal, they have a platform where if they go there, they'll get this kind of content. So it's really, really interesting to see what we're trying to do in this fair. And I must say that, in this era when the digital is going very, very fast, and the fact that, everybody is trying to get online, it's very, very difficult to stand out on your own. I mean, if you may create a comic, except maybe you are some celebrity, or you are some person who, is known by people, or you are some influencer. It'd be pretty much difficult for you to be able to create something, just put it online, and let it grow in the way it's supposed to be. And of course, when we're talking about comics, platforms are not really, social media, for example, is not really adapted for that kind of content.
For the kind of content.
Exactly, for that kind of content, for you to be able to maybe get the right metrics, get the right follow up, and get people to really engage with your content in the right way. So basically, I think I'm selling my market here very well. Anyway, let's go to the next thing. Basically, we're talking about the platform, of course, but who really is involved? Who are we targeting with a third-party portal on Zebra Comics?
So it's quite straight. Anyone who, or let's say those that we call creators. So first thing I need to really explain what kind of content first of all goes on the platform.
Exactly.
Now, Zebra Comics platform, webtoon, manga, comics. Webtoon, manga, comics.
Comics,
Therefore, anyone who is able to create webtoons, manga, or comics is the person we're calling creators.
I hope you guys got that very well, because there's always this war that guys bring online on our social media when they always ask this question, oh, Zebra Comics, you guys are into webtoon, you talk about manga, we don't really see the manga and all of that. But I bet you, if you go on the platform, you look at it very well, you discover that, there are manga styles there and all of that. But it's interesting that it's presented by Dr. Ejob Gaius in a way that you understand that, manga creators are not left out, comics creators are not left out, and webtoon, obviously, webtoon creators are involved.
So if you know that you're good at producing this kind of content, then you're the right person. Then you're the person we're talking to. And we want to make you know right now that we're doing everything we can to make sure that everybody who publishes their work has a platform, has a good appraisal on the platform from the massive readers that we've acquired over the past few years. So we're doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes.
Really, really interesting. I think it's really, really interesting to note that we're kind of democratizing this platform in the sense that we're not limiting the number of the kind of creators, comics creators out there, because basically if you're talking about manga, comic, webtoons, you're talking about the comic industry, essentially all of it. But now there's a follow-up question that keeps coming to mind, which I think the other day I was on one of our pages, and somebody made a mention when we kind of teased the audience that we're bringing up this third-party portal, and they were like, they hope that we're not just going to accept any kind of thing.
Definitely.
And because this he was a really loyal follower, loyal user of our platform, and to them, opening up like that may kind of diminish or lower the quality that they kind of have come to know about the platform. So what can you say about that?
Oh, it's very simple. Of course, we have standards and policies that we would like every
Okay.
creator to follow.
Okay.
Going from the genre, going right down to the art, the art quality.
Quality, yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, there's going to be a review process. It's true that when you publish, it will go online, but we have we have editors in house who are going to do internal review of everything that's published on the platform to make sure that it aligns well with the policies and the guidelines that we have set forth. You can take your time to read through the terms and conditions, the community guidelines, so that you understand perfectly well what is allowed and what is not allowed, how much you can do and what you cannot do, and all that. So, yeah, we have set those standards and those guidelines so that we maintain the quality. Because if we allow just anything, we also have a readership that is already used to getting a certain standard.
Yeah, different standard, so exactly.
It's also an encouragement, especially to African creators, to get back and put in all the work to make sure that their work is also up to standard with what is already known internationally.
Okay.
So that, of course, if you do it well, it's going to perform very well on the platform.
Well on platform.
It's just logical. So it's a call to all African creators, especially who are hoping to publish on the platform, to do a self-critique, check your work and see, is this up? If the people who inspired me, is it up to what or even close to what they used to produce, which I used to enjoy? So if you feel that it's not to that level, then you wouldn't expect another person or an ordinary fan to also die for it.
Exactly.
If it's not up to that level. So yeah.
Exactly. I think it makes sense. I mean, it's quite reassuring, because I too had this worry that, of course, the day we're going to open this up, we'll find all kinds of Jack and Jills, just flying in there and publishing, whatever.
Jack and Jill did not go up the hill.
Who did not go up the hill? Who did not go up the hill? Yeah. So that's quite funny. So, but anyway, it kind of reassures me, that we'll not just get, just anything on the platform. I mean, the aspect of quality is still going to be maintained.
Yes.
Because the idea, as I get it fully, is to celebrate African creativity, African storytelling, African cultures through comics, but in a way that celebrates excellence.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
So on the platform, you should be able to come there with content that is excellent, content that tells great stories, with art that pops and all of that, right? So yeah, it's really, really interesting.
We usually tell creators, we see a lot of discourse, a lot of discussions about, I want to be the next Akira Toriyama, I want to be the next, which one is them? Like one of the big manga artists and all that.
Yeah.
But what made them big is the quality of what they did.
Of the work, yeah.
So if you want to do that, it doesn't only matter, you could publish it anywhere. But if it's not good, it will not perform.
It will not perform.
So the Zebra Comics platform will not be different.
Okay.
So we are encouraging them to produce work that has quality, work stories that really pull the audience in, and they will make it.
Okay.
It's just 1 + 1 = 2.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a very simple formula. We hope that the time comes, it's just really going to be 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, this pushes me down further to open up on the question which we are trying to answer, getting really into the platform and how it's going to work. I mean, imagine that tomorrow you say, okay, guys, everywhere from Africa, upload your content, and suddenly you find 3,000 new IPs on the platform with maybe 10 episodes each. That is about, 30,000 episodes that suddenly appear on the platform. And, you find a situation where creators are competing between each other. So, I mean, how will you advise, or what will you say the experience is going to be for creators? How do they stand out in this kind of context within the platform?
I think it still goes down to the quality.
Okay.
I think it still comes back to the quality, because in the end, what makes your story perform is how many readers it gets,
Okay.
how many likes it gets,
Okay.
how many rates it gets.
Yeah.
And all of that will depend on how well you do it.
Okay.
How good the story is, how good the artwork is,
Yeah.
how eye-catchy and poppy the colors are. So those are the things that will pull people into your stories, and thus increase the performance of your story.
I see.
So those who do well, obviously, will have a higher position on the platform.
On the platform.
Yeah.
I want to imagine that there's going to be some kind of recommendation system.
Yes, definitely.
Where
definitely.
the best performing stories, of course, will pop up first.
Yes, definitely.
And we'll recommend them to users. And of course, I think there should be something based on users' preferences.
Yeah.
So
like we've done the background work.
Okay.
Where based on the preferences of users, the popularity of stories, we'll be able to present different stories to different users accordingly. Now, so if your story is able to getting a lot of views, a lot of likes, and other metrics that are taken into consideration. Obviously, you might get more recommendations. That particular story might be recommended more to several users.
Okay.
So both of them, you cannot remove one from the other.
Yeah, it's quite It's quite important to bring up that point, because generally when we look on other platforms, other international platforms, for example, we get the impression that our work sometimes. In fact, when we started this conversation, we just outlined the fact that our works usually get lost in all these different platforms, and generally it's usually a struggle for content to be able to stand out. And so building a platform where when you do great content, you actually appear, people actually see you. The fact that you're able to be discovered amongst this ton of content, the fact that you can stand out, the fact also that you can compete. Because I know my fellow African creators, we like competition. Hey guys, we like a lot of competition amongst ourselves, and so you can actually compete and get better with time. And I think it's really, really important that we have a platform like that that doesn't just celebrate our cultural heritage, doesn't celebrate African creativity, but of course helps the creators to be able to do the right thing to stand out on the platform.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Totally
So
agree.
exactly. So, but the next thing I know is going to be the bone of contention.
We're getting to the good part.
I think you guys can already guess what it is. Yeah. Over here they call it mbam, do, money, cap. Yeah. So tell us, this creator, spends his time, sleepless nights, creates, 50 episodes of some science fiction or fantasy series of comics and uploads on the platform, and then at the end of the month, nothing in the bank. How do you solve that problem for him?
That's the story of 1001 creators. So let me put it this way. I'll use a simple illustration.
Okay.
So we have creator A. Creator A, he grew up with manga, comics from the North America, Franco-Belge, and all the rest. So he loved them.
Okay.
He kept reading, kept watching anime and all the rest, animations, and in fact everything geek. He got all the figurines and everything. And then at some point he started drawing. Now, creator A sees that this is something that he could take as a profession one day.
Yeah.
So he starts producing comics. So that's what he grew up with.
Yeah.
Then now, at first he posts his comics, he gets the likes on social media, he feels good about himself,
Of course.
Because he's doing great work.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when creator A is maybe 25, he says, but okay, he was doing some side job to stay afloat anyway. But he wants to be, his dream is to become a comic book creator. Like Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, exactly.
He has Akira's picture somewhere on the wall. So yeah, creator A is doing that, and then he comes to realize that there's a part of this thing they have not been thinking of.
Thinking of, yeah.
The business.
Yeah, the business side of it. Okay. Okay.
And this is a story of so many creators
in Africa.
They think the passion brought them to this level.
Yeah.
But there is one part that they have not thought of. They have not thought about the business.
Okay.
They have not thought about how to make money as a comic book creator.
Yeah.
And we discovered that a lot of them, even those who had the idea, were doing it the wrong way.
Okay.
So, coupled with the fact that, okay, we wanted to create a platform where creators can showcase their work.
Yeah.
This was the second objective. Create a platform where they can not only show their work, but they can make some real money from it. We're not talking about money to buy their breakfast, to buy bread.
To buy BHB.
Yeah. We're not talking about that kind of. We're not talking about that one.
That kind of money.
We're talking about money that you can use to pay his rents.
Yeah.
Pay his bills.
Exactly.
Even get a good car.
Good.
That's the kind of money we're talking about. Because it's time we start seeing comic book artists, or being a comic book artist as a profession.
As a profession, exactly.
As something that you can live off. Yeah. It's true, there's a lot of competition around the world. But what these guys don't understand is that in Africa, it's still a safe haven.
Exactly.
And the earlier we get a stronghold,
the better for us.
So what I'll say is that through this program, we have created a monetization system that is going to reward artists based on the performance of their IPs on the platform. Okay. So you will not only publish and let it go and let it be there.
Exactly.
After 1,000 people have read it, 1 million people have read it, so you feel good about yourself. You want you to feel better about yourself.
Of course.
By giving you some money.
Yeah.
Based on what your comic has produced. So we have a strong monetization system already implemented. So immediately the system goes live, those who will, like they always say, those who come early eat the biggest part of the cake. So
exactly.
We start drawing very fast. If you have not yet drawn, they make sure it's good. So we have implemented we have created a monetization system on the platform. Which every creator can benefit from. There's no, so far as you meet the criteria for monetization, you're in. Okay. And you can start seeing the figures.
I mean, that is really, really interesting. I think Dr. Ejab Giles is telling you guys that, he wants to make you guys millionaires. Yeah. So
that's what I want to do.
Prepare those pieces of artwork. Yeah. Giving your best art, your best storytelling, putting your best in your storytelling, and of course, we can get there. Yes. But again, there's still a follow-up question. I mean, these things keep following up. There's still a follow-up question, which I have, now, it's still about the business side of things. Yeah. It's true, running a business, you must have something that you're selling, Cool. Of course, I think already the platform, the way it's presented, is going to sell. Definitely. Right? It's going to collect money for you. But is that all you just have to do? Maybe just put on your content, leave it there, and then you say, okay, I'm just waiting for the millions to fall in my account.
Okay, I see. Yeah, of course, every work of art needs to be publicized. Yeah. Every work of art needs some level of marketing. Yeah, exactly. If you put it on the platform does what it needs to do to a certain level. Yeah. And the rest of it now rests on the creators' ability to make that work known to people who might not even know about the platform, who might not even know about his work. Yeah. Since we're talking about the work. So there's some level of the creator himself becomes a marketer. Exactly. The creator himself becomes a marketer and needs to learn how to make people know him. Of course. Needs to learn how to make people know his work with the tools that we have today. Exactly. Which are even making things very easy for us. You can use social media. Yeah. You can use even print media for those who can. You can, anyway, there are myriads of a number of ways that you can make the people out there know about your IP. And that not only that will also boost the numbers and more, and boost the revenue that you earn. So we're calling on all the creators. There's some level of commitment, some level of work that you have to put in to make your work stand out. Like, remember, it's also going to be a competition. You will not be the only one. You will not be the only one on the platform. So there are others who will be fighting.
Exactly.
So there are guys there who already know something about marketing.
Yeah.
And you don't know. So it's already 1-0.
You're already a step behind.
So it's already 1-0.
Yeah.
So you need to learn tools how to market your IPs in this current age that we are.
Exactly.
With all the tools that we have in social media and all the rest. So make your entourage know that this is my work.
Exactly.
Go and read it. If you want to critique, come and tell me. There'll be a place for you to see all of that.
Exactly.
So it also increases your popularity somehow. It also increases your popularity because many people get to know you, many people get to discover what you do. So we will do some level of it.
Okay.
What we have decided to do is that for those who perform the best, we're going to give them a helping hand too.
Okay.
We're going to do some level of marketing for them.
Yeah.
Because it's some form of encouragement to make them know that, okay, your work is doing great.
Yeah.
So it deserves an extra push.
Exactly.
So first, the platform is going to do its part. Then the Zebra Coin marketing team
will do its part.
Will add more energy to that.
Okay.
So, but that's a bonus for those who do well. So,
exactly.
So again, we keep repeating.
Yeah.
Make sure your work is good, because we are going to put in a lot of energy to also make the world know about you and your work.
Okay, that's really, really interesting. I mean, if you say you're running a business on a platform, on any platform anyway, you need a product and you need to market it.
Yes.
And of course, there's only so much that any platform can do for you in terms of, pushing your stuff out there. Of course, like we always say, in the publishing industry, when you go out there as a creator, for example, and you want to put your work, you want a publisher to accompany you or to publish your work, basically, nowadays, I can say for now, most publishers will want to see that at least you have some form of following, you have some form of community, you have something they can fall back to. I mean, at least they can connect with that community and they can sell to that community. That means the first people who can already adopt, the product before they start thinking of spending and going far out of their borders. So basically, any business is going to try to limit their spending on marketing.
Of course.
And the creator who comes and provides them that leverage, of course, is going to benefit. Yeah, there are exceptions. There are guys who, they come with so very exceptional work. But again, there's this trap of talent versus actually doing the work to push your creativity. Talent is just one aspect of everything. But for you to be able to succeed in this industry, you must be able to push yourself, be able to reach out there. I mean, each and every one of us, I used to say that we all have smartphones, right? And each and every one of our smartphones, there's at least maybe 500 to 1,000 contacts. That's really a community that you can start building on. I don't know any comic creator who is not part of any community at all. I mean, you should be living in some stone age
underground bunker with no keys.
Underground bunker. I mean, it's that simple. You need to stand out. You need to get out there. You need to push your works to your community, build communities. Of course, I have very good examples. If you know of the famous Todd McFarlane, who is the creator of Spawn. I know you're smiling because you already understand I'm going to. Yes, the creator of Spawn, who is also one of the co-founders of Image Comics. So he's a serious businessman. He's a creator, excellent creator. He even worked on the Batman series, I think Spider-Man series too. And of course, and he's the guy who tapped out, got into business entrepreneurship, they created Image Comics. But come on, right now, you see him on social media selling toys.
Of course.
Selling figurines from his characters. You see him building communities and all of that. It tells you that he's understood that, of course, talent is one part of the story, but the other part of the story is for you to be able to do the business side.
Understand the business and do it properly.
Exactly. So that guys, is something which you guys will have to do. Zebra will do its part. We're providing you with the platform. We're providing you readers across the world already. And of course, for those who listen to this advice, just hear my voice like that old man's voice in your subconscious.
Not your heart.
Those who are listening to this advice, are going to be sorted out, and we're going to do something special for them.
Yeah.
But of course, that special person may be you, and we just encourage you, to take your work serious and put it out there for the world to see. But before we go, we close this discussion. I have a few things which I would like us to talk about. First of all, in terms of, this one is a very controversial question anyway, and it still comes from our communities that, comments I saw online, for example. Somebody said, okay, we live in the era of inclusion, of togetherness and all of that. Why create a platform where we only have African creators? Is this platform open to other people across the world?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's a resounding yes. I wish even the aliens could publish, if at all.
If at all.
The funny thing is that they always land only in the US. So I don't know. Maybe if some of them have
landed here, they could publish too.
They could publish too. So people should land here once in a while.
Once in a while, so that you can publish your stuff too here. So we'll also be accepting creators from across the world who can also publish on the Zebra Comics platform. Yeah. But now, the idea of an African platform, where does it find itself now?
So the idea is that it's a platform where you can see African African content, which is at the same level with content that is already of international standard.
Okay.
So it's something that is coming out of Africa, made by Africans.
Yeah.
With content produced by Africans, which is at the same level with international content.
Okay.
So even though, people from across the world can publish, people from across the world can earn money through the platform, it is essentially a platform that's coming out of Africa.
Yeah. So basically, it is African talent, African creativity to the world, basically. And so the world now can participate in that feast, can participate in that celebration. Yeah. But the focus still remains Africa.
So even though, it's coming from home, but it's a home that welcomes everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so when this launches, how would things look like for creators? How would they go about uploading their content? Maybe just an idea, don't need to get into the nitty-gritties.
If you go, as soon as it goes live on our website, after you have signed in into your account, you'll see a button, publish.
Yeah.
Nobody can miss it. I don't think even even those who are blind.
It's very prominent up there.
So you'll be able to see it. Don't worry, even with my glasses. If I remove my glasses, I will see it. So all you have to do is click on the button publish.
Okay.
And then you get to the page where you just start producing. You start uploading the files that you have to of your story. The thumbnails, the covers, the synopsis. You choose the genre and the subgenres that your story belongs to.
Okay.
And all that. So it's very intuitive. You just follow the steps. It's in another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You have already created a comic.
All your files are in correct order and all of that.
And that's it's a very simple process.
Okay.
As soon as you click that publish, you will see everything in order, and you will be able to follow the instructions in a very simple manner. So it's very easy.
Very, very easy. Yeah. I mean, and then I want to imagine after that, maybe after you've published that, when the editorial team now looks through to make sure that it's good.
Yeah, so every story will go through a review process. It's not going to take long. Yeah. As soon as you publish, it's going to go live.
Yeah.
And then, but there's also going to be a review process.
Yeah.
On each story to make sure that it meets the standards that we are going for.
Yeah. So guys, there's always going to be a need for standards. There's also going to be a need for you to make sure that your work meets, all the requirements that have been set by this platform. And of course, if you're an African creator and you're out there, we encourage you once more to get back to your work, to fine tune it, because this platform is here. This portal is already here. We're just putting, dotting the I's and cutting the T's,
yeah.
you know, to be able to make sure that everything works very well. So basically, in a nutshell, the third-party portal for Zebra Comics is here. Basically, yeah, it's a reality, and we're going to be giving you guys much more and more tips and more advice on how to go about it.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I can already say is that marketing, for example, which I lead at Zebra Comics, is going to provide some tutorial videos,
Yeah.
which every one of you who signs up to the platform will get to actually direct you on what you can do to be able to push your work out there on Zebra Comics. At the same time, also, I think the content department is also thinking of something that they can do to be able to, help you to produce better work, better creative work, so that you'll be able to, stand out in the whole competition that we have.
Definitely.
So of course, in the world of webcomics, I think right now, with the Never Webtoons and the Mantas of the world, there's been a lot of competition that's happening right now. There's been a lot of saturation in many domains that happen right now, and I mean it's something which we kind of have to find a way to stand out from them.
Yeah.
And that's why Zebra Comics exists. That's why there's a lot of there's a lot of work that we've been putting in to be able to, work and design this platform to be able to cater to the needs of third-party creators, guys who are out there, talented creators. I mean, we know a ton of them.
You know a ton of them.
Yeah, we know a ton of them. Guys who have been writing to us and all of that, who want to publish on our platform, but they didn't have the opportunity until now. And of course, we are making this available to you for no cost. Of course,
you don't have to spend.
You don't spend any cost. Beware of scammers. There's somebody tell you that Zebra Comics is receiving applications for you to deposit your comic on their platform. No. It's free of charge.
You don't have to pay.
It's free of charge. You upload your content, and of course, once your content is on the platform and it's doing well, you earn your money. And so, but one thing I forgot to talk about before I close it, it's about the dashboard, right?
Oh, yeah.
How does that work?
So, as a creator, once you have published on the platform, you have we have a feature called a dashboard where you'll be able to see all the statistics about the IPs that you have published on the platform. Which, by the way, you don't have a limit on the number of IPs you can publish.
Okay.
So you will be able to see all the statistics, the likes, the views, the page reads, the how much money you have made, where you can withdraw your money and all that. So you have a place where you'll be able to manage your content. You become a publisher, so to speak.
Yeah.
So and you'll be able to manage it like your own business.
Okay.
And you see all the metrics and all the statistics that are relevant to what we're doing.
Okay, that's very, very interesting because it helps you to be able to track what you're doing and ameliorate with time. Yeah. One last question which I have, is this open to traditional publishers too?
Definitely.
Okay.
So we have, there's going to be the possibility for publishers to come with their catalog. If they have, for those who are already having so many stories in their catalogs, if you want the portal for digital distribution, we also have that in stock. Yeah. So you'll be able to publish your entire catalog as a publisher.
Yeah. Okay.
And be privy to these metrics, statistics, and all that. So.
Oh, that's quite cool. I mean, it means that we're really opening things, Africa to the world, basically.
So we do there are so many other comic book publishers in Africa who primarily deal with print.
Yes,
so they will also be able to publish and distribute the digital versions of their comics on the platform.
Wow.
And earn revenue from it directly. Wow.
I mean, all of those books which were kind of dying and, gathering dust on the shelves of very dark library somewhere, they can have a second life.
Fortunately, there's no dust.
there's no dust.
Electronic dust.
There's no dust online.
And nobody has created that because I don't think it's useful to anybody.
So guys, I mean, this is really great. I mean, for creators themselves, for digital publishers, for publishers who are doing traditional, you have the opportunity to upload your content, give it new life, send it to readers across the world, and of course, generate some sweet money from it.
In the end.
some sweet moolah.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's it for today. We are so grateful that you could stay right to the end. Keep following us on our different social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, as I say,
Yeah.
TikTok and LinkedIn. Of course, subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so that you guys see every time we post, and you can follow every video that we have. And of course, if you're a creator out there, dream, prepare your works, and of course, you are going to be part of the Zebra Comics family.
Cap is coming.
Cap. Okay, guys. See you in the next one.